Well, good morning, folks. It is a gray and cool day up here. It's been raining all night, which is fantastic. We need the rain for all that planting we've been doing, so that works out just fine for us. I was lucky enough to get the rain catchment system all set up again for the year. Last time we were out, so I thought I'd go through a bit of that and show you our rain catchment system on the back of the cabin here. So let's go through that and we'll show you how we collect some water. So we use just standard eaves troughing, just tin eaves trough on the cabin all the way around. And we have about 200 square feet of roof to work with. And on both sides they run into this 4-inch PVC pipe right at this T-junction. So right at that T they both drop into here. Now this pipe leading down is what's called a first flush system. So the idea with the first flush system, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? So the idea with the first flush system is that this 4-inch tube fills up with all of the water that first washes off of the cabin roof. So, you know, all the dirty water, all the, you know, bird poop water, all that kind of stuff flushes into this. There's a ball inside that I can show you. And what it does is as this fills up, that ball goes up, 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 up and floats up. It's just a styrofoam ball. And it floats up and then it fits into a reducer kind of collar and basically becomes a check valve and closes that valve off, and then the water continues through the other pipe that I'll show you and goes into there. So we've had some rain last night, so let's open this up and we'll see how much water is in here. The idea is that this, you leave this so that it just drips a bit. So by the time it rains again, all the water is flushed out of here. Now some people drill a little hole in there, a little drip hole, whatever. There she goes. So there's the ball. Oh, we got ants in there too, lovely. So that's the ball, and up there is where it fills up, and the ball just rises up, 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 and closes off a valve right there, and then the water continues through to the other pipe. So like I say, there's our first flush system, and when it closes off in this pipe, then it flows through here into this pipe and into the top of our rain catchment. So on our rain catchment, we've got a couple of things just to filter out a little bit of the debris. If the first flush system doesn't catch it, the first thing is pantyhose, because they are a nice fine mesh filter that fits over and holds on all by itself because it's got the elastic and everything. It works really well. They look at me a little strange when I purchase these at the local drugstore, but well, what are you gonna do? I'm comfortable. Then we've just got a piece of screen from a screen door, and that's sort of our second catch. Other than that, it just drains right in, but it keeps the bugs out, keeps the critters out, so we don't end up finding anybody in there that we don't want to. Hi. So at the heart of our rain catchment system is this big IBC Tote. I'm sure most of you know that you can get these pretty much anywhere for a reasonable price, and they've typically come with a nice 2-inch spout already on them, which is good because you can attach all sorts of different ends on that and get it going. These ones were filled with dish soap for import, and so they're food safe. You got to be a little careful with these because these totes can literally carry absolutely anything. So you don't want to get one that's been carrying, you know, hard chemicals or things like that that are going to be harmful if you plan on using the water for planting or for drinking, even worse. So there it is. So that's at the heart of our rain catchment system. It holds 1,000 liters or about 250 gallons of water. So that's a good amount. And we've got another one of these you saw on another video that we use to fill up from the lake. And we use that for watering and for fire suppression and all sorts of different things. So that's kind of at the heart of our rain catchment system, is that guy. So as far as the stand goes, we basically just built this stand behind the cabin. We didn't attach it to the cabin specifically. It's got its own blocks. So it's got those same deck blocks that we used for the cabin foundation. And then we just built this platform for it. The platform is about 4 feet up, and well, 3-4 feet up. And that just gives us a little bit of bulk pressure, but it just makes it easier to deal with hooking up hoses and stuff too. So it gives us a little bit of water pressure and lets us hook things up easily. And then we've got a number of attachments for this, like just a regular hose attachment and that sort of thing. But you can just pull a 5-gallon pail up to this too and just open it up and then just fill your 5-gallon pail that way. And that seems to work fairly well. But you can see we got probably 3 to 5 centimeters of rain last night. We're up to about, I'd say 20 gallons in there. So that's not too bad. I was actually expecting it to fill up a little more, but hopefully we're getting some more rain tonight, so we'll see how much we can get in there. On a really good dump, you know, when you're getting 20 centimeters or more, this thing can fill up pretty fast. So you'd be surprised how quickly it fills up. Yeah. So that's the kind of styrofoam ball we use. It's just from a crafting store or whatever. So that's a 3.9-inch ball or whatever, and that goes up the 4-inch pipe, and then sits into that check valve reducer, which looks something like that. So that's the kind of reducer that fits into. This reducer's a little smaller, but still you get the idea. And then when that sits in there, the water doesn't go down there anymore, and then it goes through that secondary one into the actual tank. And then you get all that dirty, yucky water that you don't want in your tank in that tube. Now we still collect that water, and we use it for you know, plants and watering and that sort of thing, and that works just fine. Sometimes the dog just jumps in there in the summer on a hot day to cool off. So that works okay. And then, yeah, like I say, dollar store silkies. See? For straining water. Just so my wife doesn't get the wrong idea. But there it is. So that's what we use for a filter, and they, you know, they work really well. It's pretty amazing. They're pretty strong. They get a lot of crud caught in them, so yeah, it works pretty good. So the other place that I would like to do some rain catchment is off of this shed roof. As you can see, I've got a pretty decent surface area between the two on the north side of this thing to catch a bunch of water. So yeah, right now it's just hitting the ground and being wasted. So I would love to get something on here, but I don't really want to spend any money because that's just kind of the guy I am. So I'm going to see if I've got enough crap and stuff around here in my big junk pile to figure out how we can catch some of that rain off of there. That'll work. For an ease, if we can bend that a little more and make a bigger V, it's at least 10 feet, which is what we need across the surface of that, so that should be good. I've got some 4-inch pipe that came from the other project, might help. And a number of scraps. Should help too. So I've got some blue barrels, I think, that'll work well here. So let's see if we can bend this guy up and get it mounted on there in a way that it's not going to come off. And that'll be our first task. Well, she's up. So now we'll make sure that it's flowing the right way and that it has something to pour into at the end. So although I don't have a wrench, I do have a bunch of crap lying around. That seems to fit between there and there okay. So I think what we're going to try and do is just use that to pry it out. Let's see if we can get it to come. Torque to 20 foot-pounds, it says on it. I think somebody put it more than 20 foot-pounds. Oh, there she goes. There she goes. There she goes. Okay. So that's not too bad. So that threads out just like that. Now we'll see if my pump actually has the same threads as that and will thread into that hole. Wouldn't that be amazing? That'd be great. Let's see. So I bought this barrel pump when they were on super sale for like $6 or something. Princess Auto, similar to Harbor Freight. So I think we're going to try that. Now it looks like the threads on this are a little finer than these threads. So maybe we'll try taking this one off and see if they're the same. I assume they're the same threads, but we'll try pulling this guy off and see if the threads are the same on them. But either way, we'll try and thread it in there because I think that's where we want to have that. So success. That one has a much finer thread. So hopefully it matches the thread on our pump. So I will try and get this pump threaded into that hole, and then we'll use this hole for filling. So there she is in place, just like that. And now we'll get this in place and see if we can figure out how to get to pour straight into here from our eaves trough. And we'll probably have to level out a little spot so this sits flat as well. So let's do that. Looks like I've actually got some downspout, real downspout. Fancy as that. All right, so measure out a piece. So that's how we do it for free. Pretty happy with that. Well, there it is, folks. That's how you put one of those together for nothing, or for the $6, I guess, that I spent on the pump and whatever I paid for the barrel originally. But really, you know, rain collection for just planting water and that kind of thing does not have to be fancy like we have on the cabin. It can be this simple, and you know, that's going to work well for us to water stuff on this side of the property without having to haul water from the other side, or to hook up the wagon and drag it around and stuff. So that's going to work really well. Really pleased with how well that pump works and how it fit into this, just simple. And there it is. So thanks for watching. Click like and subscribe and the little bell notification, and comment if you got questions. All that helps out the channel a whole bunch, so we appreciate it a lot. Anyway, have a good one, and we'll see you on the next one.